I'll be a president who seeks out and listens to and incorporates the ideas and concerns of Muslim Americans on everyday issues that matter most to our communities. That will include having Muslim American voices as part of my administration. If I have the honor of being president, I will end the Muslim ban on day one. Day one. And I'll work with Congress to pass hate crimes legislation like the Jabbar Hire No Hate Act and end racial and religious the End Racial and Religious Profiling Act. I'll be focused on issues that matter to all Americans: getting the virus under control, addressing health disparities, working to expand access to affordable, high-quality health care by protecting and building on Obamacare with a public option. And I promise you I'll make historic investments to revitalize our economy by strengthening American manufacturing and the supply chains, and by making sure American workers have an opportunity to join a union and earn a real living wage. I work to make sure that all our children are prepared and equipped to succeed in the 21st century. An economy has to change and get better by making critical investments in our teachers and our schools. We're going to triple the funding for schools in low-income areas. We're not going to leave schools and child centers on their own to figure out how to keep educators and students safe during the pandemic. And we're going to restore American leadership around the world, starting by putting our democratic values and our diplomacy at the center of our foreign policy again. You know, I won't be writing any love letters to dictators. And I won't fail to speak out against the abuses of human rights, including targeting for violence and prosecution of Muslim minorities around the world. I have, and I'll continue to speak out for the Uyghurs and Rohingya. I'll work to close those god-awful policies. I'll work to close in close cooperation with our partners to meet the moral demands of the humanitarian crisis in Syria, Yemen, and Gaza. And I'll continue to champion the rights of Palestinians and Israelis to have a state of their own, as I have for decades, each of them a state of their own. But we're not going to be able to do any of this if we don't win in November. That's why this event and your involvement is so critical. We can't afford anyone to stay in the sidelines and sit this election out. We need you. I need you. I need you to mobilize and motivate one another to register to vote, to make a plan for how to vote safely in November. Make it now. To talk to all your friends and families, to engage colleagues from your mosque and your community centers, to get them engaged as well. Hadith from the Prophet Muhammad instructs, whomever among you sees a wrong, let him change it with his hand. If he is not able, then with his tongue. If he is not able, then with his heart. So many of you are living this teaching in your own communities every day, joining your faith and your principles with the American principles that are consistent, actions that take and make life better for your families, for your neighbors, through service, advocacy work, and preaching peace. You deserve to have a president and an administration who will work with you and support you in these efforts, not try to scapegoat your communities or advance xenophobic political agenda on the back of Muslim communities. And if I have the honor of being elected President of the United States, together we can work to right the wrongs and see our world and see it better with our hearts, with our hands, with our votes. So again, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. Thank you so, so very much. And may peace be upon you.